in accepting the modern secular state and accepting the system of elections of the modern secular state to form a government that will preside over the shirk. We now have even Islamic parties. I gather you have one right here in Malaysia. And you have them in Tunisia. You have them in Egypt. You have them, the most famous one of all, of course, is in Turkey. And these Islamic parties believe that you can register the Islamic movement as a political party under the constitution of the secular state, and then fight in elections like everybody else fight in elections. And if you win the elections and you take power, then you have a gradual movement, you know. You allow the alcohol for some time and allow the nightclubs and so on for some time, because you don't want to rock the boat, do you? Until eventually, incrementally, you'll be able to somehow, with a philosophy called abracadabra, bring Islam. Where is Islamic scholarship today? Is this the Sunnah?
Furthermore, in this political world, our political world, let's say in Malaysia, when you mention about the political party, mainly, let's say, PAS, the Muslim party in Malaysia, right? You said that it is actually not a viable way for us to fight for the right to be a Muslim country. Right now, we're not a Muslim country, we're not even an Islamic country, right? So, do you think that this political party are just obsolete? We should just throw them away? Or is it, this is maybe a way for us to express ourselves? And one more, what do you think about the People Revolution in Syria, Egypt, castaway Libya, because it is being handled by NATO and everything, right? So, is it a way, how can I say, for us normal human beings to not rebel, but to grasp the real root of being a Muslim? That's all. Thank you.
Okay. 22 years ago, I believe, 1988 will be 23 years ago. You do maths in this university? 23 years ago, I came to Malaysia for the first time. I was based in Pakistan at that time. I was the head of the Alimia Institute of Islamic Studies. And then shortly after that, I moved my base to the United States. And I remained in the United States until 9/11. When I left, and I've never been back in the United States since then. When I came to Malaysia in 1988, I came at the invitation of the Muslim Institute for Research and Planning in London, which sent me to attend a seminar which they jointly organized with PAS on the Hajj. And they put me in a hotel, and I saw on the hotel a sign, no durians. So I thought maybe durians were beggars. No durians. In that seminar, I spoke as I did today to point out the folly, the mistake of the Islamic movement registering itself as a political party under a secular constitution, subject to the sovereignty of the state and the sovereignty of the United Nations and the sovereignty of the Security Council of the United Nations. I thought it was an exercise of total foolishness to register yourself as a political party and to fight elections in order to win power and to rule. It was a manifest departure from the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, and PAS didn't like it at all. But the Malay are so polite. mashallah, they're such a polite people that after the conference was over, they sent me around the country. And there was a young man who was attached to me and to two other scholars, and they sent us to Malacca, and they sent us to Johor, and they sent us to Kota Baru, and they sent us to Kuala Terengganu. And I had the chance to meet Ustaz Nik Abdulaziz, and I was amazed. We went into a small wooden house, and we sat down on the floor, and we ate with our hands. And I said to myself, mashallah, what a wonderful place is Malaysia. And when he spoke in the masjid, there were about 10,000 people present. And if you dropped a pin, you could hear it. Such perfect silence. And then they took me to Kuala Terengganu, and there I had to speak before 20,000 people. And there was another scholar named Ustaz Abdul Hadi. But this one was so silent, so soft and gentle, but that one was thunderous like thunder. And there was a young man who was our escort, taking us all around. And he never smiled at all. So serious was this young man. His name was Hussam Musa. That was 22 years ago. But I told them that you're making a mistake. The same thing with Jamaat Islami in Pakistan. The same thing with the parties in Egypt and Tunisia and some. But not because we differ on this issue. Does that mean we are enemies and there's any need for boxing gloves? No, we can differ and still be brothers in Islam. What should you do? The answer is, do not depart from the Sunnah. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ إِلَى آخِرِ الْآيَةِ. This is the best model, this is the best example. And he did not enter into the system of shirk, to operate within the system of shirk, to bring Islam. No. He rejected the system of shirk. He opposed it. And he said, even if you give me the sun in my right hand and the moon in my left, which means all the votes of KL, nope, I will not accept it. I am not going to participate in shirk. That was the way of the Prophet ﷺ. And he paid a terrible price for it. But in the end, Allah accepted his struggle. And Allah gave him success. And he is the most successful leader the world has ever seen in all of history. So if you follow the way of the Prophet ﷺ, yes, then times are going to be very bad now, terrible now, but tomorrow you will succeed.